Number 2, for the 2-2D lesson, it says the San Diego County Fair charges a $10 admission fee and $2.50 per ticket for rides. We're going to build a table and kind of do the standard things. Do the graph. We're going to answer some of the same questions we did from number 1. So this is going to be X is number of rides. And this is going to be our total cost. And we might want to include 0 and 1 in our table as well. In fact, while we do this, it might not be a bad idea to now go down to the graph and maybe even just set this up. This is going to be number of rides and total cost. All right, now we're going to go back up to the top. And I am actually going to kind of skip around a bit because I want to also show you that maybe filling in these values might be something we choose to do closer to the end. All right, so let's think about what is our flat fee or initial value, because I don't think it's going to be 0. I don't think this is going through the origin. It actually says that there is a $10 admission fee, so that's our flat fee. And then the $2.50 per ride is our rate of change or our slope. So every time this is going to go up by $2.50. The word per, that's the key word that usually tells us that that's going to be our slope or rate of change. So this is going to be $12.50 or 12.5. So it's going to go up by 12.5 every time. All right. Now we're going to go down actually, and we're going to fill in some of the other stuff, and then we'll maybe go back. So now we know that the slope or the rate of change is 2.5. And then you're going to describe what it means in the context. So give me a sentence similar to number 1. The y-intercept we now know is 0, 10. And you're going to tell me, what does that represent? What is 0 and 10? Think about what we labeled our axes as. E says we're going to write an equation. We've already defined the variables. So the equation is y equals our rate of change or our slope, which is 2.5, x plus, and our flat fee or starting amount, which is 10. All right, so why did we skip some of the table? Because you're actually going to fill in some, but the reason I like to do this is now if I go up to my table, I'm going to plug 5 into my equation. So it is 5 times 2.5, which is 12.5 plus the $10 flat fee comes out to 22.5. So having my equation helps me figure these out. I'm plugging 5 into my equation. You're going to fill in these remaining values. Remember, these should be going up by 12.5. Now that we also have this, it's going to be easy to kind of fill in the remaining parts. Again, feel free to pause the video if you're still looking at that. All right, now we're going to go to our graph. Our graph starts at 10, and every ride goes up by 2.5. So, in fact, they even, let's see here. And this is kind of weird, actually. These go up by 5, but this first one kind of goes up by 10. I don't know what happened here. Maybe we'll draw a little break here. It's almost like that stacking books. Because this is 12.5 and this is 17.5. So there actually should be more here. All right, whatever. Okay, so 1 goes up by 2.5. 2 was 15 and just keeps going up. And we'll double check in a second that this matches with the parts in the table what we did. So it is up by 2.5 and right by 1. And that was our slope right here. So what was a value in the table we had? We had that 5 was 22.5. Okay, so that checked out. All right, again, the start of this graph, I actually hadn't noticed that is off. All right. We wrote our equation, and now we're going to answer a couple of follow-up questions. It says if we have 6 people that are going to go to the fair and each of them wants to go on 10 rides, what will be the total cost for the family? So let's figure out the cost for one person. So one person is going to go on 10 rides at $2.50 a piece plus the $10 entry fee. So this is 25 plus 10, which is 35. So the cost for one person is $35, and we actually have 6 people that are going to go. So 6 times 35 gives us a grand total of $210 for the whole family. G says we want this actually now to be proportional. We're going to write an equation, and we're going to rewrite our context. So our new equation would be, well, we need to get rid of the entry fee. So it's going to look like this. And you can write your context here, but something about how it's still $2.50 a ride, but there is no entry fee. Entry is free, so to speak. And that will create a proportional relationship.